G'day and hello beautiful people, it is Millwell here and I am back for some more Walking Dead Road to Survival content. We have the 2nd year anniversary gift coming up from Scopely. As you can see, smack bang in the middle, it is an epic blue Glen, the Road to Survival edition #1 Glen. Now, as long as you're level 15, you would have received this guy as a free gift, celebrating the 2nd year of this game. Now, like many veterans, I have been here through all those 2 years and all that heartache, all that tragic nature and all the great moments too, and all the laughter. I've been here through this, but I think it's really good that they're giving an epic to every player over level 15. This may very well be the first epic for a lot of newer players, which I think is a really cool thought, and I'm really excited at that fact. For us veterans, we may not value him as much as the newer players will, being that maybe, you know, they have very few epics, so they're going to celebrate this guy a lot more, and if it's their first epic, they're going to be over the moon. They may not be able, you know, if you're lower and newer to the game, you're probably not going to be able to upgrade this guy for quite a while. You don't quite have the roster to get the gear that you need, but nonetheless it is something to look to the future with and something to build on, and I guess in a way to look at the progression of your game, being that you got your first epic and how things are going to look in the future. So let's check him out, shall we? Road to Survival edition #1 epic blue Glen here. We'll start off with his adrenaline rush. Of course, he doesn't have an active skill, he doesn't have a leader skill. He is the blue medic peacekeeper down the bottom there. 782 attack, 814 defense, and 1116 HP when fully maxed out. The adrenaline rush here is aid and attack, and that's really what he does. He is a hitter and a healer. As you can see, 58 AP. 58 is not a bad, that's borderline workable, especially when it comes to raids. With all the boosters you can get from AP through the weapons, your leader skills, and also other attributes, player skills also have AP boosters as well, so you can definitely get that working a lot quicker and have it going off at a more regular basis than you used to. You know, you think back a year and things like that, it was a lot harder to get the 58 AP working more like a 45 AP. It will never be a 45 AP rush, but you can definitely quicken it up a bit like a 45 AP rush. But nonetheless, let's look at this. Deals 500% damage to one enemy, and up to 2 teammates regain up to 5% of their max HP. Not bad. Packs quite a punch of that 500% damage. You think 782 attacks, you know, it's not where you want to see it. I always want to see those sort of stats, your attack and defense stats, at least 800 plus, so it's a bit lower than that. But with the 500% damage, he's gonna hit hard, and he will more than likely kill most players, and I'm not saying, you know, especially Reds. He'll more than likely kill most of them. If not, he will hit them fairly hard, and he'll do a fair bit of damage. When it comes to his 2 teammates regain up to 45% HP, the quantity of the HP is sort of nice, you know, 45%, that's quite a nice quantity, almost halfway, so he's gonna, you know, top up your health quite a bit. But the disappointing fact is that it's only up to 2 teammates, so that's going to be random. If all 5 of your teammates are low on health, it's just going to randomly heal up to 2, which sort of takes it out of your hands, which, like most players in raids, we don't really like those sort of attributes being taken from our hands and being random. You know, it would have been much better if it was all teammates, but in saying that, that is a decent rush. It is a hidden and a healing rush at 58 AP. You can very well work with that. He's got his specialist skill, which is Waste Not, which I think is quite an interesting specialist skill. It basically means when you kill someone with either adrenaline rush or attack, any excess damage is dealt to another target or the adjacent target, which is really nice. You know, if you're hitting someone with a rush that's already low on health, at least the majority or all of your excess damage is going to another player. Could you kill 2 players at once? Yeah, you possibly could if the first player you hit is really low on health, and maybe you hit another player that's also lower on the health adjacent to it. You could kill definitely 2 with that. So very interesting. Would you keep him in your roster? Like I said, the value which you hold to this guy is going to be dependent on the roster in which you have. Newer players are going to find him a lot more valuable to their roster. It may well be their first epic. Older veterans like myself don't see as much value in him as newer players, but he's definitely a decent player. Would I recommend selling or keeping him? I definitely say keep him. In regards to selling him, these days I only recommend, really, you don't really need to sell your epics anymore in the supply depot. I definitely recommend, if you want to get rid of him from your roster, you don't really see a need for him in your roster, your blue department's already top of its game, then ascend him. Use him to ascend some of your epics and get that legendary. That is definitely my advice. You either keep him in your roster if you think he's a great character, you don't have a character or a tune yet of his quality. He's a hitter and a healer at 58. Keep him in your roster. If not, use him to later on get yourself a legendary, that 6-star, and use him to get that one. But as always, I hope you did enjoy. I hope you all enjoy your glands, and thank you for watching.